Hello students, now in this video let us see the next part. In previous video we have completed the fundamental principle of counting. That time we have taken addition rule, multiplication rule and one bicondition rule. That the third rule is that to determine the favorable cases we are using the total and unfavorable. We have solved many examples on them. Now let us see the inclusion exclusion principle. Inclusion exclusion principle. Inclusion exclusion principle. So now what does this? Now actually for applying the addition rule we need two specified sets. Which type of sets? These are independent on each other. These events are not depend on each other. But in many practical situations, many times such a thing happen that the sets are not disjoint. In such a cases, we need this inclusion exclusion principle. For example, suppose the set A is this and set B is this. Now that time, now these are not independent. Here something common in between them. So now when we add them by addition rule, so that time this common part will be taken how many times? Twice. Obviously this common part is in A and that is also in B. So that common part is come twice. So that common part we have to remove once. So that is a new principle that is named as inclusion exclusion principle. Okay. So what I can write? The inclusion exclusion principle. This is what? This is, you know, the Venn diagrams from set theory. This is nothing but A intersection B. That part come twice. Do you get this? Now inclusion exclusion principle for two sets. For two sets. I think you have used this for any two sets. For any two sets A and B. For any two sets A and B, obviously they are non-empty. Then the cardinality of A union B is cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. We have to subtract this one once as it comes twice. So this is what the inclusion exclusion principle for two sets. Now let us see some examples on this, but before going towards example, let me give one remark. That the remark says if A and B are subsets of a finite set. Subsets of a finite set U. U will be what? Universal set. Let A bar or the A complement. What is A complement? It will be what? U minus A. Will be U minus A. That is A complement. Fine. This denotes the complement of A. Complement of A. Elements not in A. Then by De Morgan's law, A complement intersection B complement is what? A union B complement. And A union B complement can be written as universal set minus A union B also. These all things are what? Equivalent. So sometimes if required we can use this De Morgan's law or the definition of complement here. Fine. Now let us see the examples. Suppose the first example is that in a group of 200 students, means the total number of students are how many? 200. Example, let me write the example. So in a group of 200 students, in a group of 200 students, 80 are taking mathematics, 80 are taking mathematics class, 60 are taking chemistry class, and 30 are taking both classes. 30 are taking both classes. Now, how many students are taking either a mathematics class, or a chemistry class? Means what? Union. Or is this? So union we have to find, the chemistry class. And how many students are taking neither class? This is the question. So solution for this. Now let U be the set of students in a group. Okay. A be the set of students taking mathematics. Mathematics class, and B be the set of students taking chemistry class. Anything you can assume here, taking chemistry class. If this is the case, therefore what is given to us? Therefore, given that, if these are our assumptions, then given that the cardinality of U is how much? 200. The cardinality of A is how much? 80. 80 are taking mathematics class and 60 are taking chemistry class. So cardinality of B is what? 60, and 30 are taking both classes. Both means mathematics as well as chemistry, both of them. So this is what? Intersection. A intersection B is how much? 30. Now what we have to find? We have to find what? The first thing we have to find, how many students are taking either mathematics class or a chemistry class. So as I say, we have to determine or is here, mathematics or chemistry. So it is what? Cardinality of A union B. And how many students taking neither class? None of them. So the second one we have to determine this A union B complement, the cardinality of A union B complement. None of them, or neither A nor B we can say. This is A bar intersection B bar also. That thing also you can say. Now let us find out this first one. So for finding first, by inclusion exclusion principle. By inclusion exclusion principle, we get, what does we have with that? Cardinality of A union B is cardinality of A plus cardinality of B minus cardinality of A intersection B. That is what? 80 plus 60 minus 30. So that will be how much? 110. And the second part is what? This. That is what? Number of students taking neither class. That is what? The cardinality of A complement intersection B complement. That is cardinality of U minus cardinality of A union B. So that will be 200 minus this 110. So this is how much? 90. This is our answer. Means 90 students haven't taken any of these classes, either mathematics or chemistry, but both of them are taken by 30, and any one of them will be taken by 110. Now let me take the next example. As such, we can use the inclusion-exclusion principle here. Now let us take the next example, that how many positive integers less than 1000 first are divisible by what? 7 and 11. Divisible by 7 and 11. Second, are divisible by neither 7 nor 11. Once we find 7 and 11, we can easily find this, neither 7 nor 11. Fine. Then the third thing, are divisible by 7 but not 11. These are the questions. So now solution. Let universal set is what? Set of positive integers less than what? 1000. Positive means 1, 2, 3, so on up to what? 1000. What is set A? Set A is such elements which are divisible by 7, and let us set B will be such elements which are divisible by 11. So X belongs to U such that 7 divides X, that are divisible by 7, and B will be such a set, such a elements 11 divides X. This is the case. Now first of all, we need to determine the cardinality of A and the cardinality of B. So to determine cardinality of A, what does this? This is the greatest integer function, the value of greatest integer function obtained when 1000 is divided by 7. What does this 1000 is divided by 7? Will be 142.85. So the greatest integer function is what here? 142. Integral part we have to take. We won't take a decimal part here. That will be the greatest integer function. Actually, this greatest integer function, this is the largest integer less than or less equal what? Equal x, is the largest integer less equal x. This is the part here. This is one definition of the greatest integer function. Similarly, what is cardinality of B? The cardinality of B is what? Again 1000 divided by what? 11. So that is again, it will be 90.90. So that is also what? 90. Fine. Now here let us determine this one by one. So the first, the number of elements which are divisible by 7 and 11. So this is what the cardinality of A intersection B, that are number of integers which are divisible by 7 and 11. So that is what this is 1000 divided by 7 multiplied by 11. So that is 12.98. So this is how much? 12. Again we have obtained this using the greatest integer function. Now what is second? The number which are neither divisible by 7 nor by 11. So second one, that is nothing but what I say, which are neither divisible by 7 nor by 11, that are again A complement intersection B complement, but that is U minus the cardinality of A union B. So first of all, our aim to determine the cardinality of A union B. What is cardinality of A union B? Means what? The number of integers which are divisible by 7 or 11. So that are obtained using the inclusion exclusion principle minus this intersection B. So what are these? This is 142 plus 90 minus 12. So that is how much? That is 220. This one will be 220. Therefore, what is A bar intersection B bar? Neither A nor B will be what? This U will be what? Sorry, here not 100. This is how much? 1000. So U will be what? 1000 minus 220. So this is what? 780. This is 780. Fine. Now what is third one? Third one say are divisible by 7 but not 11. So are divisible by 7 means what? This is cardinality of A intersection not 11. So intersection with what? B complement. So that is what? That is nothing but cardinality of A minus cardinality of A intersection B. What is cardinality of A? Cardinality of A is what? 142 minus this one is what? 12. So that is how much? 130. This is 130. You can check this thing using Venn diagram if required, or if you have a doubt you can ask me. This is the cardinality of A minus cardinality of A intersection B, that is A intersection B bar. Okay. Now let us see the inclusion exclusion principle for 3 sets. This is for 2 sets. Now let us see for 3 sets. Inclusion exclusion principle for 3 sets. Inclusion exclusion principle for 3 sets. So suppose A, B, C are 3 finite sets. Let A, B, C be finite sets. Then the cardinality of A union B union C will be cardinality of A plus cardinality of B plus cardinality of C minus, obviously these intersection parts are taken twice, so each one should be subtracted once. Find A intersection C. But while subtracting intersection part, that time what happened? That look at here carefully. If I take these, this is what? A union B union C. Suppose this is A, B and C. Now here this part is coming twice in A and B. Fine. Now this part coming twice in B and C. That time this part will come in A as well as in B. Fine. as well as in A intersection B intersection C, and also in A intersection C. So this part will come how many times? This part will come thrice. It will come thrice, but sorry, it will be subtracted thrice, while it will be there thrice in A, in B, and in C also, and these are in the intersection also. So this is what, this is get subtracted from all of them. The 3 are added, 3 are subtracted, so this part is get subtracted, so we need to add it again. So addition A intersection B intersection what? C. So we need to add it again. That is what inclusion exclusion principle for 3 sets. Now let us see an example on this. Example, find the number of integers, find the number of integers between, find the number of integers between 200 and 500. Now this both one we have to take, both inclusive. We have to take them also, both inclusive, which are divisible by, which are divisible by 2 or 3 or 7. Means we have to find this, or is here. Fine. So now solution. Let U is what? From 200. Next one 201, 202, and so on up to how much? Up to 500. This is the set. Now what is set A? Now set A. What is A? Is such a set which is divisible by what? 2. So x in U such that x is divisible by 2. X is divisible by 2. Okay. Now B, or yes, B is what? These elements in U such that it is divisible by whom? 7. Sorry, divisible by 3, let us say first, and later on say 7 for. And C will be what? X in U such that x is divisible by 7. Divisible by what? 7. Fine. So let us find first the cardinality of A and the cardinality of B, C also. So the cardinality of A, what does this? Now here, if we count them, these are 200 to 500, means what? Previously 199 numbers are what? Not there. So this is what? The integral greatest integer function 500 divided by 2 minus 199 by 2 is this. So it is 250 minus 99. So that is 151. This is also one way to determine the cardinality of A. Now cardinality of B will be what? 500 upon 2 minus how much? Sorry, not 2, sorry, 3 is here. Minus 199 upon what? 3. So it will be what? 166 minus greatest integer function I am taking directly 28. So it will be what? 43. Again cardinality of C is how much? This 500 upon 7 minus 199 upon what? 7. So this is how much? This is 71 minus 28. So it is 43. Now let us determine the cardinalities of intersections also. So what is A intersection B? A intersection B is what? The cardinality of, or the greatest integer function, this A intersection B means 2 as well as 3 minus 199 upon 2 multiplied by 3. So that is 83 minus 33. So it will be 50. Now the next one. Now intersection of B and C will be what? This 500 upon 3 multiplied by 7 minus 199 upon 3 multiplied by 7. So that will be how much? 23 minus 9. So it will be 14. And A intersection C, what does that? It is also 500 upon 2 multiplied by 7 minus 199 upon 2 multiplied by 7. So it is how much? 35 minus 14. So it is how much? 21. Also, what about the cardinality of in all? So this is 500 upon 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7 minus 199 upon 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7. So this is how much? 11. This part will be what? Simplification is 11 minus 4. So that is what? 7. Now required number equal to what? The cardinality of A union B union C. So that is what? This set inclusion principle we will use. The cardinality of A, cardinality of B plus cardinality of C minus cardinality of A intersection B minus cardinality of B intersection C minus cardinality of A intersection C plus cardinality of A intersection B intersection what? C. So what is here? This 151 plus 43 plus 43. Fine. Sorry, here B is wrong. We have written. It will be what? How much? This is 66 is this. Sorry. So this is 100. How does they are same? These are different. So this is what? 100. Sorry for that. I have done this calculation previously, so that's why I have written these numbers. Now 151 plus 100 plus 43 minus this 50, we have to subtract this one, minus 14 minus 21 plus 7. So this total is how much? I have done it. This answer is 216. So the number of integers between 200 and 500 divisible by 2 or 3 or 7 are how much? 216 is this answer of us. Okay, so fine. Now here we will stop. In next video we will see some more examples on the same inclusion exclusion principle. Thank you.